I'm not into these type of series, but for some reason Nobunagun has managed to capture my interest, give me some emotional feels, and makes me want to watch this series to the very end. One, there's a lot of reasons I can bring up to why I truly love this episode and why I'm really enjoying this series. For one, historical setting, especially with a bunch of awesome freaking well-known historical figures of past freaking ancient history. And I like that. Gandhi, we have freaking Newton, we have Nobunaga, so many different characters, and Jack the Ripper. But pretty much the main focus of why this episode really hooked me to this series, if I wasn't already hooked, was because of the emotions and the way they had such great character development in this episode. It focused mainly on Ogra this entire episode, and watching her develop as a character when she comes with the decision of her resolve of wanting to join Doggo, well, hopefully it's at the company, right, and be able to help out everybody in the entire world. And since this organization, this hidden organization, has been like collecting E-genes to be able to take down these alien creatures from space that look like fish at the moment, but eventually will evolve like a frog does into a freaking reptilian creature and go on land, was a cool plot. That is unoriginal right there, but I like the entire setting of it, and the actual, just the animation manages to complement it, especially that music. The music, when you just see Ogra just walking by herself, you see the way they use the choice of animation of like blackness behind her in the background, and you see like reflecting of different people as they're talking about like if you were an E-gene holder, would you join the kind of like organization? And she was having to deal with these problems, and that was interesting, and it strikes your heart because she's a little girl in high school that's trying to basically defend the entire world by herself. And that really pulls at you if you think about it, because she's faced with a decision that she either accepts her life how it is, basically just completely leave back her life of how she was in high school and go off to save the world, or she pretty much stays in her little high school life, but everybody else in Doggo and the entire world will hate her for it because they think that she abandoned and she's like one of the only few people that can fight these alien creatures from space. So I like the entire direction it's going. They certainly know how to handle the characters in this series, and that is something that's the major aspect of an anime that you need to look at when you watch a series. For one, it needs a good plot. So far, the plot is starting to build up to be really good. I'm still needing a couple episodes to probably, like I said, to probably get a good grasp on it. But the characters, they got the characters down pat and down right. There's only a couple questions I have about the characters, like Jack the Ripper. Okay, of all people, why is Jack the Ripper on the good side? Just, besides him, all in all, I like that Gandhi's like a freaking shield man, having a shield block the entire explosion. It's just, the animation effects around the explosion and the entire world effect, they did a good job. I like this second episode of Nobunagun. This is definitely a watch from me, and I'm going to continue on with this series to the very end, because it has impressed me for what it's done, and I just cannot believe how much character development was in this second episode. It was really freaking good. Now, let's talk about something very interesting about this character development. For one, now we all know that these E-gene holders are about people from the past, like different historical figures that have had their, like, reincarnated pretty much in newer bodies, but they still have a different personality. For instance, Ogra is the reincarnation of Nobunagun, so it's really cool to know that. But as we can see in this episode, Nobunagun is actually, like, inside of her head or something, where she can actually see him and talk to him, and she can remember memories from him. Now, the big question that brought up to me about this is she eventually going to have a hard time with, like, I guess, telling who she is with her personality? Because, I mean, she'll probably be faced with different aspects of, will she be called Nobunagun and basically be forced to be Nobunagun? Or will she be able to stay her innocent high school self like Ogra? See, it's like two people in one body clashing together and probably going to be fighting for control of who is the true person of that personality. And that's also something unique I am curious about if they're going to go into that. If they do, that'd be really cool. I would love a character development like that. Well, everybody, this is going to be the end of my anime review of Nobunagun Episode 2. Tell me what you think about the series, and what do you think about this freaking heart-touching, freaking resolve character development. It's just really freaking good. Everybody, have a wonderful day or not, wherever you live. Please stay safe. Chibi out.